Before former Apple CEO John Sculley went on a 9-week vacation, he made the following statement.
Our employees are doing very well. Everything is growing at a fast rate. So I think I'll go fishing.
Hello, I'm Alex Jensen from IGM. What was John Sculley thinking when he made this statement? Was this just a case of simple bravado? Actually, he said this during one of the greatest financial years in Apple's history. At the time, sales increased an astonishing 50% from the previous year, and operating profits went up more than 100%. Even the media made reports such as, Apple will dominate the IT market for the time being. But little did they know. Apple's seemingly unstoppable growth started to dwindle. Then, in 1996, in less than 10 years after one of Apple's most profitable years, Apple began to experience a loss in earnings, which marked the beginning of its downfall. Around a similar period in 1991, Microsoft's stock plunged 11% in a mere 4 days. What happened? Someone leaked a memo describing the worst possible scenarios for the company. So who was the culprit that wrote this memo? It was actually Microsoft's chairman, Bill Gates. The memo wasn't about the current state of the company, but rather about the potential dangers that the company could face in the future. After all the commotion had cooled down, Microsoft's stock prices returned to its previous levels. And despite the contents of the memo, Microsoft achieved even greater success in the software market. In what ways are Bill Gates and John Sculley different? Just because Sculley went on a 9-week sabbatical doesn't mean he didn't work hard. In fact, he was known for his dedication and superb skills. Then what made one company fail and the other succeed? The reason for Microsoft's continued success lies in Bill Gates' purported paranoia. While running Microsoft, Gates would always contemplate the worst-case scenarios. He would worry about the most insignificant things, even when the company was doing well. On the other hand, Sculley was overly optimistic most of the time. He would often believe that the company's current success would continue well into the future. In the book Great by Choice, written by world-renowned business consultant Jim Collins, Bill Gates is described as having productive paranoia. Paranoia is a feeling of being attacked constantly by external forces. It's a mental disease. From a business standpoint, it's a feeling of constant uncertainty of the future and concern that an unexpected crisis may occur. Even when the company is doing well, it's the feeling of being concerned that it could all come crashing down in an instant. You are probably wondering, how can this be productive? It's productive because these concerns manifest the need to quickly and effectively respond to any and all crises. Also, all possible outcomes are meticulously monitored and prepared for. Bill Gates' memo covered topics such as the threat of competitors, competition for technology, copyright battles, and the loss of core employees. Strategies such as swiftly launching new software, developing better technology, and creating a more pleasant work environment for employees were implemented to prevent the predictions from happening. While some of you might agree, I'm sure many of you are still wondering how productive paranoia can help solve crises. Let's look at another example. Southwest Airlines is known for its cheerful and entertaining customer service. Since achieving their first profit in the 1970s, Southwest has never experienced a fiscal loss. It's quite an impressive accomplishment for an airline. Yet despite this success, Southwest has resisted temptation and has never lost focus on their principles. For example, they refrain from compulsively expanding travel routes or spending excessive amounts of money on acquiring new planes. Southwest also regularly saved up cash in preparation for the worst. These strategies came from the founder of Southwest Airlines, Herb Kuehler, whose motto in life was, "Save it for a rainy day." This policy proved to be invaluable after the 9/11 terrorist attacks in 2001. After 9/11, the US airline industry was in shambles. The number of airline passengers were almost non-existent. Adding insult to injury, costs for airline security checks and flight insurance rates increased dramatically. Airlines were scrambling to come up with emergency measures. Continental Airlines reduced their workforce by over 10,000 people, while Northwest and American Airlines decreased their flight services by over 20%. What do you think happened to Southwest? Thanks to their thorough preparations, Southwest was able to endure this low point in the US airline industry without firing a single employee or eliminating any flights. In fact, during this time, Southwest had nearly $1 billion in cash at their disposal. This allowed Southwest's employees to stay focused to their tasks. As a result, in 2001, Southwest was the only US airline to record a profit, which drastically improved their overall market share. Due to their productive paranoia, Southwest was able to not only survive but succeed during a severe downturn in the industry by being prepared for a rainy day. So are you an overly optimistic leader? Do you have the utmost confidence that you will succeed in every business venture? Do you believe that your current success will continue in the future? If so, you may want to rethink things over and try some productive paranoia. You'll be glad the next time an unexpected crisis hits you.